Hi everyone, so welcome back. After we initiated the final render, we got all the render files ready. So next thing, it's all about doing a little bit of work with Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve or CapCut or whatever your tool of choice is for video editing. So what I've got here is the previous version that I showed earlier. So this is our soundtrack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some additional files. I'm going to bring in the voiceovers. So I've captured a couple of different versions of voiceovers. So it's good to sort of use a couple of different voices just to see how that blends in with the theme of what you're presenting. So I'm just going to bring them over right now. Okay, so I've got a couple of different versions. So what I'm going to do is just grab one of them, just give it a bit of a play.
In the infinite expanse of the cosmos, one sound defines the void.
No, that doesn't work for me. Let me try another one.
Infinite expanse of the cosmos, one sound defines the void.
No, too soft.
Infinite expanse of the cosmos. One.
No. So whoever we got here, we had a couple of different versions. So we had Serena, Charlotte, Mimi. Serena, Charlotte, Mimi. I think we've got Thomas as well. Let's see if I can work in Thomas's voice.
In the infinite expanse of the cosmos, one sound.
Okay, we're going to give him a go. We'll try, or we can try all of them in any of them. Just going to play the music now.
In the infinite expanse of the cosmos, one sound defines the void. The Sonos roam, unmatched sound, anywhere you roam.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to remove the old render, and I'm going to bring in the new renders in. So let me do that now. Okay, so this is camera 2 down to up motion. So I'm just going to place that there. So let me have a look at this.
In the expanse of the cosmos, one sound defines the void. The Sonos roam, unmatched sound, anywhere you roam. Portable, durable.
Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to remove that for now. And I'm going to get rid of the test render. So I've got all the files I need. This is the music. So I'm just going to give that a different color. Give it maybe a purple. Okay, so that's the music. That's the sound. So I'm going to give this one a warm color as well. Label. Let's go rose. Okay, and all the cold numbers, or so the cold labels like blues and greens, I'm just going to give that to the footage. So I'll close this for now, so I don't need that. Okay, this is one of the files that have come through, so that goes blue. Let me go ahead and import more of these. So I'm just going to import the rest of them. So let me grab that one. Okay, so this is down to top, top to down. Okay, so that's how that image looks like. Now let me import. So just find the first file. So down to top. So I had 3 of them. So down to top. Top to down, and also I think we had one side view. Okay, so let's find the 00 file, side view, and then what happens, see, if you click that file and hit sequence, it's just going to get that file. So what you want to do is find the first number in the sequence. So go all the way down until you find 00, there it is, and just click that. Then Adobe knows what to do with that. So we just go side view. Let me have a look at that one. Okay. And that's most likely the one that we're going to start with. So I'm just going to color these, or label all these with a blue color. So blue means footage, so it's good to sort of visually have that. all the warm colors are music or sound. Okay, so this one here we don't need any more because we're going to go with this particular sound from Thomas. So now the next thing is all about editing and making sure that everything flows. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the side view like so. So let's have a look.
Expanse of the cosmos. One sound defines the void.
So the voice starts a little bit too early. So let the music carry first, and then what we do is we'll blend in the voiceover. So let's go.
In the infinite expanse of the cosmos, one sound.
Okay, let's give that a little bit of a transition.
In the infinite expanse of the cosmos, one sound defines the void. The Sonos room, unmatched sound, anywhere you.
Okay, good. Right. So that's that footage. So we can sort of snip back and forward. So what I want to do is once this hits here, the second one, I want to be able to switch over to a different camera view. So if you double click, say, the top one, and what you can do is find a snapshot that you want to include. So we've done the dark to light, so we don't need to go back there again. What we can do is select, say, this to this, and just grab that sequence and bring that over. So as soon as that high beat kicks in, it will switch over to this next scene.
Cosmos, one sound defines the void. The Sonos room, unmatched sound, anywhere you roam. Portable.
Okay, so now we have the choice of going back to the previous one, or what we can do is look at how the top-down view might look like. So we just can start here. So you got a choice of going, okay, this is my entry.
In the infinite expanse of the cosmos, one sound defines the void.
So in the infinite span of the cosmos, we could probably add more of a pause there. So what we can do is just grab that, chop it, and then grab another sequence. It's good when you have voiceovers with these gaps, so you can spread the words across, so you don't have to squash them in the same way the voiceover is reading them out. So let me hear what he's got to say next.
One sound defines the void. The Sonos.
And that's it, right? So I can just move that in there and cut it there. So now what I have here is in the infinite
expanse of the cosmos, one sound defines the void.
Now increase the volume a little bit to match the previous. So that's 8.2 decibels. What have we got here? 8.2, 8.2. Let's go from the top.
In the infinite expanse of the cosmos, one sound defines the void.
Okay, so let's get the sound making that pronouncement
Infinite
rather than the
expanse of
voice.
Cosmos, one sound defines the void.
Boom. Or you can grab this and do it right after, like so. Here we go.
In the infinite expanse of the cosmos,
And bring it in right here.
one sound defines the void.
Now you're back here and the Sonos is still turning slowly. So what we can do now is bring in the next footage, which is the top down to up. That's the one up here. So let's just go. Let's grab it from this bottom edge to here and bring that on the second high beat. So we've got the main high beat, which is just switching the light on.
The infinite expanse of the cosmos. One sound defines the void.
And now it'll be good to add more of the narrative. So let's bring in the rest of this and see what else we have. So we have, what else do we have in the?
The Sonos roam, unmatched sound, anywhere you roam. Portable, durable, and ready for every adventure.
Okay, so let's now just focus on the music and see how the music basically allows us to introduce more narrative. So I'm just going to mute this. Just going to put it down. Add another track. Yep. And drop it there. I'm going to mute that track and just listen in. So here what we can do is have a scale happening. So if I click this, I can go straight into effects. Let me see, where is effects? Change effects. Effects control should be somewhere here. Effects, that's there. Okay, effects control. Nope. Yeah, there it is, effects control. So let me just highlight that one. So what I want to do is, as this one's coming up, I also want to zoom out. So if I go all the way to the end, I want to first zoom in. Now this is why it's important to have high quality images. So let me just bring this up like that. And add a keyframe there and all the way to the end, and zoom out back to 100. So by the time it finishes that this bit here between the two highlights, let me just bring this there. So bang. Now notice how it's overlapping, so we've got to be careful with that. Okay, so let's go back here to the first keyframe. I want to zoom in a little bit more, and there, what I want to do is I want to go back out, but this time also move it into this frame, and that's the position that I want. So the starting position is there, but I do want it to be a little bit there. Okay, so so that's been keyframed, so let me just scrub that. Yep, that works. So it gives a little bit more of a movement. So let me try here, have a look at that. So here what we can do is do a zoom in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, go to the beginning of the frame, and I'm going to scale that. The end of the frame, I want to zoom in. Okay, now let's have a look how that looks. There. Zooming out and back to the main track. Now we're running out of track on the main track. So Let's go from the beginning and listen in.
The infinite expanse of the cosmos. One sound defines the void.